Imagine it's July 22nd, 2025, and over 150 vessels in the Red Sea suddenly send urgent distress calls. Onboard systems have erroneously located them deep in the desert rather than along their plotted sea lanes. This massive GPS spoofing attack caught even veteran mariners off guard. Just 2 days earlier, United Nations agencies warned that jamming and interference hotspots are multiplying in geopolitical flashpoints, forcing commercial shipping and emergency response teams alike to scramble for reliable bearings. Now picture yourself driving through downtown at night when your phone pins you inside an underground parking garage. Your car drifts off course, and in that terrifying instant, you realize our invisible lifeline from space is facing an unprecedented crisis. Over the next few minutes, you'll discover 3 revolutionary innovations that could rescue us from a world increasingly blind without GPS. For more than 40 years, GPS satellites have orbited high above the Earth, beaming timing and positioning signals that underpin everything from cross-country flights to the timestamp on your bank transaction. It has been a silent workhorse, an invisible guardian ensuring that airplanes land safely, ships plot accurate courses, and financial networks synchronize with nanosecond precision. Yet the very nature of GPS, transmitting extremely weak signals from 20,000 kilometers away, renders it uniquely vulnerable. When those whispers from the void are disrupted, the consequences ripple through 16 critical infrastructure sectors, costing the U.S. economy alone an estimated $1.6 billion per day without reliable positioning and timing. In the last year, amateur-grade jammers have proliferated, and state-sponsored spoofing has tricked receivers into believing they are miles away from their true location. It was a private jet skirting London's Heathrow that first made headlines when pilots saw their instruments go haywire, only to learn that a homemade jammer, cobbled together from online parts, had hijacked their navigation feed. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. As we confront these escalating threats, a formidable challenger has quietly been rising: China's Beidou system. What began as an ambitious project in 2000 reached fruition in July 2020, when Beidou 3 declared global operational status. Unlike GPS's single-orbit constellation, Beidou employs a triad of medium Earth orbit, inclined geosynchronous orbit, and geostationary satellites, forming a layered network that delivers stronger, more resilient coverage, especially across the crucial Asia-Pacific corridor. One of Beidou's most revolutionary features is its two-way messaging capability. In places where cellular networks collapse, you can send a short text or SOS through a satellite link, a lifesaver for mountaineers stranded by avalanches or remote villagers cut off by floods. Imagine being able to type "help" into your watch and have that plea travel through space to rescuers beyond the reach of any cell tower. It's no wonder that by late 2024, over 2 billion devices, from iPhone 13 models to industrial drones, came equipped with Beidou chips, driving down costs and accelerating global adoption. Even as Beidou demonstrates what a sovereign navigation network can accomplish, an even more transformative wave is on the horizon: low Earth orbit constellations. Whereas MEO satellites like GPS and Beidou perch at 20,000 kilometers, LEO craft zip around between 400 and 2,000 kilometers above the planet. At that distance, signal strength is measured in seconds rather than minutes. Transmissions are thousands of times more powerful when they reach Earth. The result is a level of availability and precision that can slice through urban canyons of skyscrapers, penetrate heavy foliage, and even coax navigation signals indoors. Companies like SpaceX and Amazon have already launched thousands of Starlink and Kuiper satellites to deliver broadband, but they've recognized the potential for positioning, navigation, and timing services. The European Space Agency's Héliopianti program, set to debut its first pilot satellites in late 2025, has promised sub-meter accuracy and 99.999% uptime, even in places GPS has never reliably reached. When LEO constellations proliferate, we might soon navigate underground train stations or subterranean parking lots with the same confidence we boast on open highways. Yet the future of navigation doesn't end with satellites. In research labs from Silicon Valley to the UK, physicists are harnessing the quirks of quantum mechanics to create navigation systems that don't depend on external signals at all. Quantum inertial sensors measure atomic wave functions, detecting minuscule shifts in gravity, magnetic fields, or rotation without ever glancing at a satellite. These devices can theoretically guide a submarine crawling through the abyssal ocean for months, or an autonomous vehicle steering through a GPS-denied tunnel, all with unwavering precision. Lockheed Martin's quantum accelerometers and Inflection's gravity mapping platforms are already in field trials, and while mass market adoption remains years away, the mere prospect of an unhackable navigation system has governments and militaries racing to secure a foothold. But it would be a mistake to view these innovations in isolation. The navigation ecosystem of tomorrow will be a seamless fusion of multiple data streams. Your phone's internal inertial measurement units will track every bump and turn, while local 5G and Wi-Fi networks triangulate your position with centimeter-level accuracy. Ultra-wideband beacons will adorn every smart factory, ensuring autonomous forklifts never stray from their lanes. At the same time, a global grid of MEO and LEO satellites, and perhaps one-day quantum sensors on orbiting platforms, will blanket the planet in redundant, encrypted timing signals. This hybrid architecture ensures that if one layer stumbles, be it spoofing on GPS, orbital debris knocking out a LEO node, or a simple cellular outage, another layer instantly takes over, delivering continuous, high-fidelity positioning. Behind this technological tapestry lies a geopolitical arms race for PNT supremacy. The United States continues to pour billions into modernizing GPS, deploying new ground monitoring stations and launching next-gen satellites to bolster resilience. The European Union has doubled down on Galileo, refining its encrypted public regulated service to lure security-sensitive users. Russia's GLONASS receives budget boosts to improve coverage across its vast territory, while India's NavIC and Japan's QZSS provide regional redundancy in Asia. Each system strives not only for national pride but for strategic leverage. Control of global navigation equates to influence over civilian infrastructure, commercial trade routes, and military operations worldwide. When GPS signals flickered during geopolitical flashpoints, we witnessed how a single weak hedge in timing accuracy could hamper missile guidance systems or disrupt global finance markets locked to UTC. So what should you, the everyday user, take away from this unfolding saga? First, be aware that your next navigation app update may include more than just prettier maps. Behind the scenes, these apps are integrating multi-constellation data, LEO augmentation, and sensor fusion algorithms that intelligently stitch together every available source. This means faster lock-on times, fewer signal-lost moments, and a far more resilient experience, even in the basement of that underground shopping mall. Second, consider the importance of device choice. Hardware with multi-band, multi-GNSS chips, those supporting GPS, Beidou, Galileo, GLONASS, and regional systems, will deliver optimal performance. Finally, as consumers, our collective demand for reliable, high-accuracy navigation will shape how quickly the industry moves from promising prototypes to everyday realities. Looking ahead, one question remains tantalizingly open. Which innovation will ultimately become the linchpin of our navigation universe? Will LEO's powerful signals eclipse MEO's legacy strength? Can quantum sensors achieve commercial viability and shake off their laboratory mystique? Or is the future truly a balanced tapestry of space-based, terrestrial, and inertial solutions? The answer will emerge not from a single breakthrough, but from the synergy of all these forces converging. What we can say with confidence is that the era of unquestioned GPS dominance is drawing to a close. In its place, a robust, multi-layered architecture is rising, one designed to withstand cyberattacks, orbital hazards, and the ever-increasing demands of a hyper-connected world. Perhaps the greatest lesson of this narrative is that navigation has become as essential to modern civilization as electricity or the internet. Whether you're an airline dispatcher coordinating hundreds of flights, a logistics manager tracking high-value cargo, or simply a commuter finding the quickest route home, reliable positioning and timing have woven themselves into nearly every facet of life. And just as we have built redundancy into power grids and data centers, we must embrace redundancy in navigation. This isn't paranoia. It's pragmatism in an age where disruption can come from anywhere, be it a malicious actor with a pocket jammer, a cascading solar storm, or a momentary satellite glitch.